Hello my lovelies and welcome to Eargasms, an audiobook review show where we delve into the world of contemporary and indie romance books that make you go Each week I'll bring you audiobook reviews, recommendations, releases and all the goings on in the world of romance. Please note that all the books that I review contain adult content, so you have been warned. With that said, here we go. Today's review is 1% of You by Michelle Gross. Welcome to Sassafras, Alabama, where we find 29-year-old Elijah Parker wrestling for the last bag of Funyuns and giving zero fucks that it's with a 3-year-old angel-faced little girl, asking her with a classic line, "Where are your parents?" as she gives him a beat down using just her eyes. Pointing over to the very young and very pregnant woman, with one look he has summed up all he needs to know. Elijah owns a couple of tattoo shops and is only too aware of how hard he's had to work to achieve it. And just the sight of this young woman is pushing every judgmental button in his possession. He is certain she must be leeching off the government assistance, allowing her to breed one kid after another for the government checks. I mean, look at her. Her hair is unwashed, nail varnish chipped. Her appearance speaks volumes, whereas he has his priorities straight. He wouldn't be caught dead having children. Children are the bane of his existence, and this one's calling him demon worshipper. I told you he was self-righteous. Now, Hadley Reynolds could really do without this today, recalling the night 7 months ago that had changed everything. Between her full-time job at the nursing home, her full-time job as Lucy's mum, and also studying to put herself through nursing school, she had been running on fumes. But not that night. With an exciting spring in her step, she practically runs up the stairs to their third-floor walk-up she shared with her high school sweetheart and the father of her firstborn. She has good news. Soon, the patter of tiny feet will be upon them once again. Huzzah! Only to find her 3-year-old lying on the couch, her boyfriend and cousin doing the do in her bed. She hadn't thought that she would end up a single mother with another one on the way at the tender age of 21, but that's where she finds herself today. Not that Scott, her boyfriend, had even tried to find a job. In fact, he had worked his way through a whole laundry list of possible professions that would make a 10-year-old's parents on career day very proud. First, he was going to be a policeman. He didn't last a full day at the police academy. Then a lawyer, then a doctor. You see where this is going, right? Jesus wept. Actually, 10-year-olds have more of a grip on life. His previous job had lasted a fortnight at McDonald's. Also, when was he actually planning to start contributing towards the household? Wait, before I get sidetracked, where was I? Okay. It's now 7 months later from that dreadful night, and her 3-year-old has started a turf war with a burly, intimidating, stone-faced brute who she later discovers has just bought the house next door to her. Fudge my life. Author Michelle Gross is from a small town in eastern Kentucky. As a child, she was that cousin, that friend, the talker who could spin a tale and make believe into any little thing. So it was no surprise when she found her love of reading and realized she had a head full of characters desperately in need of an outlet. They wanted to be heard. So she wrote. Christopher Solon is a seasoned romance narrator, but this is the first listen of Mr. Solon's work for me, and he did a really good job. Although I did find some of his narration a little bit stale in parts where we needed to have an injection, a little bit more excitement, an ending of dialogue a little bit odd, but I'm not sure if that's a sudden thing. But he didn't do too badly at all, and I loved the voice he used for Lucy. He made the transitions from male to female to child faultlessly, with good differentiation. And his comic timing gets a strong thumbs up from me. This is solo narration and an easy listen. I did this in one sitting, and I will most definitely be listening to more of his work. The book falls more on the romance side than erotica, so the sex scenes are not too full on. There is a scene that gave me the feeling, but see if you can spot it. This is a slow burn, but it is worth the wait, believe me. By the time they do get down to some rumpy-pumpy, you will literally be rocking back and forth at the edge of your seat, shouting, "Get in!" Right off the bat, I'd like to say I received this free for an honest review, which always makes me feel nervous. I shudder at some of the drivel that's out there. Fortunately, this was a good one. Phew! It ticks all the boxes when it comes to my romance tropes. A single parent drama? Check. Set in the American South? Check. With a precocious 3-year-old, and then you throw in a Piggly Wiggly? Sign me up! For some reason, I am totally obsessed with Piggly Wiggly. For those who are not in the know, Piggly Wiggly is a supermarket that's only found in the southern and midwestern states. Every book that has one in it seems to be a right corker. One thing I found problematic is certain words 3-year-old Lucy would use. I just didn't find it believable. I didn't think that she'd use words like aggravates. Well, as I said, I wasn't expecting much from a freebie. I feel a little bit bad saying that, but I was really pleasantly surprised. The cover didn't say much either, but this book is really well put together and a really good read. If you're looking for a sweet, funny and heartwarming audio with a HEA, this book will be right up your alley. My ratings are as follows. Narration, I will give it a 3.5. He did a really good job, lovely timbre to his voice. There was just a few issues, as I said previously. The sex scenes, I will say it's a 3. As I said, it falls more on the romance side than the erotica side. Overall, it was a generally well put together book. I enjoyed it immensely and most definitely be reading her again. I give that a 4. Running time of 9 hours and 22 minutes. And so that's it for this edition of Eargasms. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you here next week.